There we go. All of that is good. Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to day one of the 3-day boot camp. So what we're going to do is today we are going to go through some of the really basic stuff that we probably, if any of you have been to any of the boot camps before, we have covered this before that we're going to be doing in day one, and then day two and day three are going to be completely different to what we have done before. Okay, so we're going to look at what we can all do to get hired and all the basic things that we need to do and how we can actually go and hunt and get a job, okay, and be successful at getting paid and getting that job. Okay, so what we can first do is, before we get started, let's introduce ourselves a little bit and let's see where you are all tuning in from. My name is Kathy and I am from South Africa, from a small town in the Eastern Cape. Where are you guys all tuning in from? Sorry, I'm still busy letting people in. And so I'm doing that. Maybe you guys can all say where you are from. That would be great. And if you have been on one of my trainings before, then maybe just say, been here before, or if you are new, you can say you are new. Okay, from Johannesburg we have in South Africa. Great. Up northwest, Klerksdorp, Eastern Cape, new here. Okay. Oh, Pretoria, it's going so fast. Cape Town, Joburg, Pietermaritzburg, Pretoria, Soweto, Vaal, Durban, Limpopo, okay, Mpumalanga, Joburg, Durban, Cape Town. Okay, guys, you are from everywhere. Okay, so basically, I can see someone's from Lesotho here. I can see quite a lot of people. Mostly you are all from, Kurt, you're from PE. That's just down the road from me. Pretoria, Joburg, Lesotho. Okay, 2 people from Lesotho here. Great. Nice that you can join us. And I see and someone from Namibia. That's great. And everybody else tuning in from sunny South Africa. It's been so hot the last few days. Okay. Okay, Nigeria in the house too. Welcome. Okay, great that you can all join us. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to show you how to go from being overworked, underpaid, undervalued as a teacher to having a thriving online teaching business that allows you to work fewer hours while earning more than maybe double your salary you were earning before. And you will learn how I joined the industry and have become a successful online teacher who's taught more than 10,000 or 15,000 online lessons now. I've been doing this for 6 years. And I can show you how to do the same. Okay. So let's get going here. Okay. I'm using Canva to do this presentation out of, and I am busy recording, so the replay will be up and live after this. I ask you guys to be nice and interactive in the chat. If you want to ask any questions, pop it into the chat. If I ask you anything, then just pop it into the chat and let's be like really interactive going forward here. Sorry, I just need to let somebody in here. And let's go on. Okay, so let's look at some of the reasons why you maybe want to become an online English teacher, or some of the reasons why you might be here. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, reason number 1 is, sorry, I'm a bit distracted with all these people coming in. Reason number 1 is you're an online English teacher. Maybe you lost your job with all the restructuring that happened in China, and because of the fallout from that restructuring of the online teaching companies with the new laws there, a lot of companies have dropped their pay and reduced teaching hours with teachers, just because there's so much of a mass quantity of teachers that are queuing up for your position. Okay, so maybe you fall into that bracket over there. Okay, and number 2 is you're an in-classroom or a traditional teacher. who is tired of teaching back-to-back lessons with little free time, and now you want to take your skills out of the classroom and into the online world by creating your own freedom-filled online teaching business so that you can have more time and more freedom for yourself. Okay, I was like reason 1 and reason 2 when I started over here a little while ago. Okay, and maybe number 3 is you've never been a teacher before, you've never worked online before, but you're an educator at heart and you want to get started uh, as an online teacher, but you just really don't know how to go about it. You don't know which way to turn, and it's just everything is just so confusing for you. So, which bracket do you guys fall into? Are you in number 1, where you're tired of getting the low pay and having a high stress environment of working for a company that just doesn't value your services? Or are you a traditional teacher who wants to take their skills online by starting out as an online teacher? I see lots of number 3s coming up. Or are you number 3, an educator at heart, and you want to find out how you can go about becoming an online ESL teacher and how to really get going? Okay, I see lots of 3s coming up. Lots of 3s are going over here. A couple of 2s, just mainline teachers. Okay, and a couple, and 1 and 2. I don't see very many 1s. Okay, so a couple of 1s, but mostly 2s and 3s, and 3s coming up really strong. Okay, so you haven't ever taught before, but you are really keen to get started and you just don't know where to go. Okay, let's have a look and see. So that's lots of reasons why people have joined here tonight. So which one are you? But whatever your motivation is, I've got your back. If you join in for the replay, just be interactive in the comments for the replay as well. And you can put what option you are, whether you're option 1, 2, and 3. So it's even if you're doing the replay afterwards, join in and let us know where you fit in. Okay, so as a teacher, you have got a choice. You really do. Okay, you have path number 1. You choose to not start teaching ESL online. You continue working for a school or a company where you feel stuck. You stay in your current situation of being overworked and underpaid. You don't grow, you don't evolve, and you don't adapt with the times. You don't upskill yourselves to stretch beyond the confinements of traditional teaching, and you stay as an employee who works just really hard to fill someone else's pockets, and you continue to lack the freedom, and you only have like 2 weeks of vacation per year maybe, and you feel uninspired, demotivated, and you just feel unhappy. And in a year from now, if you haven't changed any of this, you're going to find yourself in exactly the same position as what you're in, like right now. Or path number 2, you decide to start teaching online and you start your journey towards your own teaching business. You get to decide where, who, and how you teach. You claim back your power as a teacher and you commit to making life-altering changes in the way you teach and live. You can create your own schedule for yourself. You make the rules. You upskill yourself to stretch beyond the confinements of traditional teaching, and you invest in yourself through learning business and learning marketing skills, which you're going to have to learn if you're wanting to go independent eventually. You invest in your education through mentors, business coaches, and courses. You love what you teach. You become inspired, motivated by the world of opportunities and possibilities available to you as an educator. And in a year's time, you realize, wow, I've had the power in my hands all along, and you've been able to create an awesome life for yourself, something that you've always wanted to create. Okay, so those are like the 2 options. Like you either stay stuck where you are, or you take the plunge and you go out in a new journey and you find what you can actually do to get started. Okay, so which path, sorry, I went too fast. which path, doesn't want to go back. Which path will you choose? Path number one, you don't start teaching online and you continuously feel like you're feeling right now. Overworked, uninspired, unhappy, stressed, and unfulfilled? Or is it path number two, where you start teaching online and you work towards creating a life by your own design? You create your dream life with freedom, time, and money as a teacher. And that's your ultimate goal. Your ultimate goal is to have this as a business. Is to like work towards where you're an independent teacher and you are structuring your own lesson plans, you're structuring your time, and you are able to start creating freedom, time, and money for yourself as a teacher. And I tell you, that is an awesome place to eventually get yourself to. Maybe you don't start there in the beginning, but that's definitely where you want to start going towards. Okay, so take a moment to imagine what your life would be like if you escaped the current restraints that you're in and you could start a teaching business that allows you more time and money freedom. It allows you to create a life by your own design. You decide how you work, how much you earn. This is what you can work towards as an online teacher. Okay, that's, I think, the ultimate goal, right? Is having your own business and being able to work for yourself. But learning the skills and the knowledge is essential to becoming a successful online teacher and then moving into being a teaching business owner, which is the golden ticket to the freedom that you desire. An online teaching business will allow you to earn what you're worth and free up your time so you can get to spend more time with your loved ones and things that you are absolutely passionate about. But the first step is getting prepared. Okay, so before you get to the stage, you have to get prepared to get hired so that you can become an online teacher. But if you're not prepared, you're going to just keep on applying, and you're just going to get nowhere. Okay, so there are some tips and some tricks that I'm hopefully going to be sharing with you over the next 3 days to really make your life easier and to get you hired. Okay, so for me, my business success came from I wanted to learn the skills and strategies and knowledge to really get going as an online teacher. So for me, I wasn't happy just to work for a company like where I started, and that was a good place to start for me. But I wanted to be able to teach independently, and I wanted to work on a marketing platform so that I had more control over the hours I was working and over the money that I was earning. So for me, I formulated a step-by-step plan and a guide that helps new teachers get ahead and get started quicker so that you can benefit from your business much faster. Okay, instead of being stuck on a hamster wheel, going round and round, wondering what you're doing, this is where you're going to get the help that you need. Sorry, let me just go over here. I did introduce myself in the beginning, but for you, those of you that have joined in late, my name is Kathy, and I have 2 online teaching businesses. One is teaching students, and the other one is helping teachers to become successful online teachers. I love to travel, I love reading, and I love meeting people from different countries. Family life is really important for me, and having time to spend with my family, my grandkids, is really important to me. So that's why I do what I do. I love setting goals and achieving them and then helping others to do the same. Yesterday in our teaching membership, we looked at setting goals for 2026 and where we want to see ourselves by the end of 2026, so that we actually sit there, write it out, and it becomes a reality, not just a wishful thinking. I'm extremely passionate about helping teachers create freedom in their lives and the way that they teach. Okay. So for me, I started my first teaching business. I started teaching for an online company in 2019. And the reason that I did start doing it was that I was sick and tired of working in a traditional school. I was tired of the politics and stuff that goes along with it. And I was tired of smiling all day and feeling uninspired, like teaching the same materials in, year out, stuck on a hamster wheel with like no insight, like no end insight. And then COVID happened, and teaching online was definitely the best thing for me to have done. So for me, I quit my traditional teaching job and I created my two online businesses, which I have now. I create my own schedule. I schedule my work to fit around my family life and around my lifestyle. Okay, not the other way around. I don't fit my lifestyle around my work. I fit my work around my lifestyle. Okay, I stopped trading my time for $10 or less. And in the beginning, maybe you have to start for less than that. Okay, so for me, I started at that, and I wanted to upskill myself so that I could not only earn $10 an hour. So I'm able to triple what I was earning in the beginning, and I've got full control over my income, my schedule, and my life. Okay, so, and I'm here to help you. So let me know in the comments, would it change your life if you could start earning an income from the comfort of your home or from anywhere in the world? Comments, hell yes, if you are ready and excited to achieve this for yourself. Okay, I see one. Hell yes, Juliet, you're fast. Okay, and here's a whole lot of others coming out. And where do you, if you're teaching online, how would you want to teach online? Would you want to teach from the comfort of your home? Would you, I see us already going on there. Or would you like to travel and work? Like, what are your goals, guys? Like, pop it in the comment box. Like, what do you have goals? Do you have a reason why you want to do this? Okay, I see lots of hell yeses coming through here. Away from the classroom stress. I tell you, classroom stress is a real thing. And I think the longer you teach in a traditional school, the more stressful it becomes year in and year out. Teaching at the comfort of your own home. Comfort of my own home. I'd like to teach from the comfort of my own home. Okay, there's lots of you that want to teach from home. Okay, it's great teaching from home. Literally, you can have your pajama pants on all day long if you wanted to, and just wearing a shirt that's going to go for your teaching. Want to earn money for myself. Punam. Teaching from home, teaching from the comfort of my home, and also as a side hustle. Okay. So like Kurt, like teaching like part-time in the beginning, right? Is that what you mean? You know, over there by side hustle. Since I haven't got a job in my career, my mom's primary caregiver, working in the comfort of my home would be highly beneficial for both of us. That's great. I want to manage my online selling business if it could be possible to teach online. Okay, so doing two things. And you know, it is possible. You don't have to work full-time. Okay, Kurt as an additional income. And you know, you don't have to work full-time. You can fit it around your own like hours. Like you can get part-time places that allow you to do that. Some of the companies will say to you they want a minimum of like 20 hours a week from you. So then you have to look at maybe like making up your time on the weekends if you still have a traditional job, or working at night. Like my sister's husband is a teacher during the day at a traditional school, and at night he does online teaching. So a couple of hours a day just to make up some extra time that he's wanting to do. Okay. Want to change from a classroom, I tell you. That's what I wanted when I started. Okay, so an online teaching business is your ticket to freedom. You can escape the teaching trap that you are currently stuck in if you're a traditional teacher. You can create a life by your own design, exactly like you want it. You can earn way more than you could while working for someone else. Okay, maybe not in the beginning. You have to build your way up there. You will experience true freedom, and you can teach what you're passionate about, and you can leave a legacy. Like eventually, you could go into something else that could be a spin-off from the teaching, like creating your own course, and all these kind of things that you don't have to be just stuck in teaching online. And that could create an income for you for years to come. Okay. But you know, as we are humans, and so we have limiting beliefs. Okay, so often I think a lot of us think, oh, I don't have the skills and I don't have the knowledge to start teaching online. Like, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to learn about starting an online teaching business. I'm not cut out for being it. Okay, a lot of us have this limiting belief. Okay, or maybe you think, I need to have more qualifications. I don't have enough qualifications. I need to have degrees to start my own business. I want to have a teaching business. I don't want to just work for a company. So I need to have business qualifications, and you want to do more studies and you want more time to gain that. But that is, or I have to work at a low rate, and that's going to hold me back. Like that's could be your limiting belief number two. Or number three is you believe that now is not the right time to start a teaching business. Like you're going to start next year. We're right at the beginning of January. So you're thinking, okay, next year, now's not the time. I don't have the time right now. Having an online business is risky. I don't have money to start a business. Like these are all kinds of limiting beliefs that people have. Have you ever had any of these limiting beliefs? Like, let me know in the comments, like, what limiting beliefs have you had? Have you had, I don't have the skills or the knowledge to start teaching online? Or have you thought that now is maybe you don't have the qualifications or the degrees to get started? Or maybe it's number three, that now is just not the right time, that I'm going to start next year. Okay, like lots of us, we actually go and okay, number one coming out there. Like lots of us go and we say, okay, now I'm going to do this thing. And then when it actually comes to the crunch, then we come up with all of these limiting beliefs that actually stop us from moving forward. And I saw someone say there, the fear of failure. That's a big, huge thing. Like, what will people think about me if I start this and I go all in for it? I'm not confident as it is. And what if I fail? Like, what will happen then, you know? You could always just go back to what you were doing before if you fail. But that often holds us back. Not sure how to make my classes fun, exciting online. It is different from having the students in a physical classroom. Of course, it's very, very, very different. It's like completely different. And like when I started teaching online, I thought it was going to be like a classroom effect, like how it was when I was teaching in a classroom. And it's not at all, because you're teaching like this and you have to keep your students engaged all the time, and you have to keep them entertained, and you have to allow like 70% student talking time, whereas in a traditional classroom, you as a teacher are probably doing 90% of the talking time, and your students are only doing maybe 10% of the talking time. So that's like very, 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 very different. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so if you're serious about becoming a successful online teacher, then you need to have the willingness to learn the skills and the knowledge and to implement it in your own journey. You need to have grit, tenacity, a deep desire to make this work. And hopefully this training is going to help you make the shift and create that success. But you have to believe in yourself. Okay, so like this, make it happen, work hard, dream big. Find yourself a saying that you can put up somewhere. So for me, this has always been my saying that I've always like go back to all the time. Work hard, make it happen, dream big. If you don't have big dreams, you're never going to achieve anything. Okay, make your dreams really big that it scares you. Okay, so there are different types of online teaching. And a lot of people get very confused with the different types of teaching. Okay, so the first one is like program-based teaching, where you are working actively for an online school or an online company. Okay, so these are your traditional teaching companies where you're probably not going to be paid a lot, but this is a safe route, maybe in the beginning, because they're finding students for you. Okay, and they're giving you the program, and you may not keep all the students all the time, and your students may change all the time. So it's really a program-based teaching. Okay, then you have teaching on an online platform or teaching on a marketing platform. A lot of people call it that. I call it that most of the time. Okay, and that's working for a company like Preply, Amazing Talker, italki, where you have a lot more control over how much you earn and what you actually teach. So here you could be doing program-based teaching. Like with Preply, you can use their materials that they have. They do have some materials. Or you can use session-based teaching where students buy from you, they buy a package from you, and you teach them, you work out like what you're going to teach them in a certain amount of sessions that they've bought from you. Like maybe they buy 10 sessions, 20 sessions, 40 sessions, and you're going to be teaching them for that amount of sessions. Whereas if you're working for an online school or online company, the company gives you the students and they may not finish like a whole program with you. They might go to you, then go to someone else, and then go to someone else. Where it's different when you're working on an online platform and when you're teaching independently. When you're teaching independently, you're going to have session-based teaching, completely session-based teaching, and you would and sorry, I'm just trying to let these people in over here quickly. Only has 19, I get large routine. Okay, sorry. I'm just checking what it's telling me over here. Zoom. Okay. So I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Okay, so teaching independently is a great way to go, but that's where your students are going to buy programs from you. Like my students that I have some private students, independent students, they will buy like 10 sessions from me. They're going to buy 20 sessions from me, or they're going to buy 40 sessions from me. Okay, and then they'll use those up, and then they're going to buy like the next lot of sessions again from me. And then I will discuss with them like what they're going to learn in that time. Okay, so that's independent. So those are the different kinds of teaching that you are going to get. Okay, I just want to close this. Okay, so reasons for becoming an online teacher. Okay, so there's a growing demand for English language teachers globally. Okay, so it's like it's a big thing. English has, and it's not, people say it's oversaturated now. It's not oversaturated. You just need to know like how to upskill yourself so that you stand out from the rest of the crowd. English has become the universal language of communication in various fields, including business, tourism, and academia. I have one business student that is from China. He's actually a CEO of a company in China, and they are a global company. So they have companies in Southeast Asia and in Europe and America, so all over. And for him, he has to speak in the universal language, right? He can't speak Chinese to a person that comes from France, or he can't speak Chinese to a person that comes from Vietnam. Okay, so everybody speaks different languages. So the way to communicate in the business situation is to speak English. And so that's why English is still a very popular language to learn. Some people want to go and study, and they will probably go to a different country. They're going to maybe study in English. Okay, so a lot of people, English is still a really important thing to learn. Many non-English speaking countries recognize the importance of English proficiency for economic growth and for global competitiveness. As a result, the demand for ESL teachers have been steadily increasing worldwide, offering a vast array of job opportunities. Okay, so it's not a dying, like a lot of people say, oh, this is a dying industry. It's not a dying industry. You just need to know how to upskill yourself so that you stand out from everybody else. Okay, let's have a look at reasons for becoming an online teacher. Opportunities to make an impact on different students' lives. I don't personally have students from the UAE. Most of my students, Poonam, come from Asia. TEFL. Most countries and online schools will hire you if you have a TEFL or a TESOL certificate. You just need to make sure that it is from a reputable company and not these free ones that are online. So I think the companies kind of think the more you pay for something, the more valuable the TEFL or the TESOL certificate actually is. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Um, So ESL online teachers play an important role in helping students develop their language skills and enhance their confidence in English. By teaching English, you can empower your students to pursue further education, career opportunities, and cross-culture connections. And witnessing the progress and the growth of your students can be incredibly rewarding and fulfilling. I can tell you, like, I've had some students that have been with me for 5 years now, the longest students, about 5 years. And it's amazing that, like, when she started, like, I'm thinking of one of my students called Daisy. When she started, she was maybe she was about 5. Okay. And now she's just turned 10. And it's amazing how her English has gone from she's not being able to speak any English at all when she started with me to being so confident that she could speak to me for an hour without stopping. And she's just written her KET exam, which I did her training with her. And she didn't only get an A2, she actually got a B1 for it. And so it's incredibly fulfilling to see what your students can achieve in the time that you are helping them and how it can change their lives. Flexibility in choosing work hours and your location. So online teaching offers flexibilities in terms of working schedules and location. And you can choose to work part-time, full-time, or even as a freelance is our online teacher. Online teaching platforms enable you to teach from anywhere in the world, providing freedom, flexibility in terms of location. Is there anyone here that wants to travel? I missed it earlier. I'm not sure if anyone did say that. Is there anyone over here that wants to travel and teach? Like, you traveling around the world or you're traveling to different countries and you're wanting to teach online at the same time. So like, you're traveling, enjoying your travels, and then like you come at night and you teach to earn an income. Okay, so there are a couple of you that are wanting to do that. Okay, good. Okay, so because that's really exciting to be able to do that. Even if you're in South Africa, like I know a lot of you are from South Africa, like, and you want to, maybe your family wants to go away on holiday, but you don't want to give up all of your working, like, you don't want, no work, no pay kind of thing, and you don't want to lose out on everything. Like, literally, you can take your classroom with you and you can go and teach from wherever you are. I like that, having a gap year with your son in 2028. That's great. That is a great goal. I like that. Yes, teacher record is flagged. It's because it's free. Like, no company is going to accept teacher record. So if you have done a teacher record TEFL certificate, it really is no good and you're not going to get hired. So you need to look at something else. Okay, we'll go into some of the different certificates tomorrow, but we're not going to cover that tonight. Okay, so also becoming an online teacher can give you great opportunities for career advancement and for travel opportunities. Like, it can serve as a stepping stone to various career paths within the field of education. And you can become like a curriculum developer, a teacher trainer, a teacher mentor, or even an interviewer on some companies. And online teachers often have the opportunities to travel and work in different countries, experience new culture, and gain valuable international experience. TEFL Universal is accepted from them, and we'll go through all of these tomorrow. Okay, and I see. I wouldn't mind doing this during my retirement with my wife, and I think it's a good way to see the world. I think it is a really great way to see the world, is to be able to teach. You can still earn an income and teach and travel at the same time. And a lot of people do it. They kind of pack up their classroom in their backpack or whatever they do, and they go and travel, and they take their background with them, and wherever they are, they whip out their background, they have their laptop, and as long as you've got some kind of Wi-Fi and mobile device, then you can teach from wherever you are. So that is like really great. Okay, so we're going to look at one of the most important things, and it's one of the things that people people see first of all, and that's writing a CV and a resume. Okay, guys, you cannot just think that this is something that you can do quickly and then it's done. Okay, it's not like going to a normal company and handing in a CV. Okay, this CV is really important because it has to, no one's going to come, you're not going to have a face-to-face interview with anyone. This is what they get to see about you. Okay, so a well-organized, clear resume is very important. It's the first impression that potential employers have of you as an online teacher. A well-crafted resume can help you stand out from the other applicants because often a job, there's hundreds of applicants that would apply for it. And it can showcase your relevant qualifications and your experience. And it allows employers to quickly assess your suitability for the role. Okay. And if this isn't good, all they're going to do is chuck it out on the pile and you're not going to hear back from them. So this is why you have to spend time making sure that your resume fits the criteria that the company is looking for so that you at least have a shot at getting hired. Okay. Include relevant educational background certificates and experience. Start with your contact information right at the top. You can put a picture of yourself there, a small little picture if you want to. And you're going to start with your full name, your phone number, your email address, and your LinkedIn profile if you have a LinkedIn profile. But don't just send your profile link. They actually want to see a proper CV. Okay, include your educational background, highlighting any degrees or certifications that are related to SL teaching that you have. And mention any specialized skills or knowledge that's related to SL teaching context, like experience with teaching specific age groups that you've done, or to teaching like beginners, intermediate, advanced students. Like if you've got experience with all of those things, then you want to mention that as well. You got to Daksha, you got to think outside of the box. You got to like think about what have you done before that you could maybe use as teaching experience. Like maybe you've taught adults in your current work situation that you've been in. Like maybe you've trained fellow colleagues in some way or the other, or you've led a Sunday school class, or you have babysat, or you've done some kind of thing where that you can use to create that and to put it in. Sorry, I just want to let somebody in. You can, like if you're stay-at-home mom and you've done like homework and all of those kind of things, like you've got to word it in a way that you can use it as an experience. Okay, there we go. Daksha, you can definitely use that for business English. Like that's what people are looking for when they're looking for a teacher to maybe teach business English. Sometimes they do ask for references, like you can give like some of the past places that you have worked for. Okay, emphasize your accomplishments and your achievements in previous roles. Teacher practicals do count, so you could use those. You could use your hours, count up how many hours that you've done, and put it more instead of saying 5 weeks teacher training. That's like sounds a little. Rather take the amount of hours that you've done and said you've done this amount of hours teaching. It makes it look more. Okay. Include a section that highlights your previous teaching experience, mentioning the institutes or the companies that you've worked for and the duration of your employment. Provide specific example of accomplishments such as implementing innovative teaching strategies, improving student performance, or receiving positive feedback from students or from supervisors. Quantify your achievements where possible, such as mentioning the number of students you've taught or the percentage of students who have improved their language skills. Okay. Tailor the resume. So this is the important thing, Tandy, as well. Maybe something is recognized, a resume is recognized, but you want to make it specific to what the target job is. Okay, so you don't want to just have a basic resume. You want it to be really targeted at what they are asking for. Okay, so review what the job description is. So read carefully through what the advert says. Okay, what are the key skills and what are the qualifications that the employer is looking for? Okay, then that you're going to take that and you want to include that in your CV because they want to make sure that you can do all of those things that they're asking for. Okay, customize your resume accordingly to that, ensuring that you highlight the most relevant aspects of your experience and skills and match it with what they're asking you to be able to do. Use strong action verbs and measurable achievements to demonstrate your abilities that you have. Consider using a clean professional resume template that's easy to read and navigate. Proofread your resume really carefully to avoid any spelling or grammar mistakes. And make sure your resume is concise and does not exceed 2 pages. Remember, the people that are going to be reading your resume, they might not be an English person. They might have English as an additional language, or English might not be their native language. So they don't want to see pages and pages and pages and pages of a resume. So keep it to 2 pages and don't go over that, because what happens if they see it's just too much, that's just going to get chucked out. They're just not going to bother to, or they're going to get bored and they're going to put it to one side and they're going to forget about it. Yes, even if you're a qualified teacher, you have to have a TEFL certificate. Okay, a lot of companies will not hire you unless you have a TEFL certificate. A lot of companies ask for a degree and a TEFL certificate, and some companies will just ask for a TEFL certificate or a TESOL certificate. So you have to make sure that you do have that. It's always advisable to have a TEFL certificate. Okay, so the next thing is, once you've done your CV, you want to do your self-introduction video so that you've got your CV ready and you've got your self-introduction ready. So when you start applying for jobs, these things are done and you can just send them out without stressing about it. The purpose of a self-introduction video is because it's often requested by the employers during the hiring process, and sometimes even before you go onto their website and they're going to say, upload your CV, upload your self-introduction video before you've even started to do anything else. And they use this to get a better sense of what your personality is like. They want to hear what your accent is like, what your teaching style is like, what your communication skills are like. Okay, so it allows you to showcase your enthusiasm, your professionalism, and the ability to engage students effectively. A well-crafted self-introduction video can really improve your chances of securing a teaching job. It really, really does. Okay, so spend time on your CV, spend time on your self-introduction video. These are some things that you can't just think, oh, I'm just going to quickly film this thing and then get going and then send it in. It's something that you really, really have to spend time on, and you have to get it right. Okay, so let's look at some tips for recording a professional and engaging video. Like, introduce yourself confidently. Begin by stating your name, your education background, and any relevant teaching experience that you have. Briefly explain your passion for teaching and your love for language learning. Okay, so this is right in the beginning. So remember your name, what your educational background is like, and any teaching experience that you have. And why do you love teaching? Maybe some of you can put it in the comments. What are you passionate about? Why are you passionate about teaching? Or why do you want to become a language teacher? A university qualification. Any university degree, it doesn't have to be a teaching degree. It can be any university bachelor degree is fine. And then plus your TEFL certificate that goes with that. Okay. Pop it in the comments why you want to, why are you passionate about teaching? What makes you passionate about it? Okay, then highlight any relevant teaching experience and qualifications, like share details about if you've taught online before, share that. Or if you've like taught face-to-face, share that. If you've taught whatever you've done, this is where you want to talk about those things. Share the age groups you've worked with, if they're beginner, adults, intermediate, kids, like all of those things you want to talk about there. Emphasize your certification, like your TEFL or TESOL or any other teaching qualification. It's not compulsory to have a degree. You have to have a TEFL or a TESOL certificate though. So there are a lot of companies that will hire you without a degree. Some companies do want a degree, so you've got to look and see what do the companies require of you. Okay. And if you have any specific teaching, like things that you're really good at, like you're really good at teaching, like you used Zoom, you're really good with using Zoom and Classroom and whatever, add that in as well so that that they can see what you're busy doing. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Yeah, so you can use that. You can mention that you have done volunteer teaching in Cambodia. That would be really good, and that you have your TESOL certificate or TEFL certificate. I love teaching online because it helps people everywhere learn to communicate clearly. Very good. To help students with their self-confidence, pronunciation, and to speak proper English. Great. That is really good. Yes, you should mention your qualifications in your introduction video. No, you would give your degree number, and I think they can verify it with the number that you put in. So you would upload your degree, like you're going to upload your certificate onto their website usually, and then they would either probably verify it or not verify it according to how strict they are with their company. Let's see, Shirley says, it's fulfilling when you are able to see students growth in students from not being able to speak English to actually taking part in public speaking. This was my experience in Cambodia. Great. I have a diploma in public management, advanced diploma in local government, and TEFL. Can that work? Yes, definitely. I've thoroughly enjoyed using English language while generating engineering reports to different audiences. Great. Okay. And I think the important thing is, like, if you never taught online before, is like think outside of the box. What can you use from your own experience that you can bring in to make it look like what you've done before, to build up your experience? Think about what you've done in your daily life that you can use as experience. Okay, so again, here, like your CV and your resume, you want to keep it concise and you want to keep it focused. Okay, so never go over 3 minutes, and 3 minutes is way too long. So 90 seconds, like 1 minute and a half, is the sweet spot. Okay, don't go more than that because it's too long. And again, you're going to have people that are not English speakers that are going to be watching this video. And so you want to make sure that it is clear for them and it's not too long that they're going to get bored. Okay. Make sure you practice beforehand to ensure you deliver your message clearly. And so what you can do is, what I tell the people in my teacher membership to do is to write a script out first. So you write out a script of your self-introduction video. So you write everything down first, and then you practice your script until you're really confident with delivering your script. Then you can practice your script with a friend or in front of somebody, and then start recording yourself. And maybe you have to do quite a few retakes, keep watching it back, ask some other people some opinions on what they think of your self-introduction video. And then you need to take it into an editing program to edit it and to make it look really good. Is there a market for tourists who are interested in learning English just for communication? Communication, like English for communication, is like speaking English is very, very popular. Okay, so there's a lot of people that just want to do conversational English, and just because maybe they're going on holiday somewhere, and that is a really popular thing. I have worked at the airport before, so language barriers always a problem. So helping one to build confidence in speaking English is my passion. Good. Okay. So again, make sure that this is kept to 90 seconds and not more. Use appropriate lighting. Okay, so look at, make sure that your video is well lit and that your face is like clearly visible. Use a microphone or a headset for clear audio, and choose a clean and professional background that minimizes distraction. Okay, I teach kids, so my background is busy. If you are going to just be teaching adults, then you want to just have a plain background. Maybe you have a bookshelf with a plant in it, or you have a map behind you, but you don't have to have something really busy for your introduction video. Okay, so it's depending who you are aiming your introduction video to. And your introduction video has to be in landscape. Okay, so not in portraits, it has to be this way. Okay, so remember that your self-introduction video is an opportunity to make a positive impression on potential employers. So be authentic, be engaging and professional throughout the recording. Like, consider rehearsing your self-introduction video many times so that you are confident and you are comfortable before even starting the recording. Like in my teaching membership, the people that are in my membership, they can like practice their scripts and send me their scripts. Then I will give them feedback on their script, and then they'll go and record their practice their recordings, and they can send me their draft of it, and then I can give them feedback on that again, and then they can do the finished product. A self-introduction video is not easy, Poonam, you're right. It's not easy to do, and it's something that you have to get right. Okay, so let's have a look at a demo lesson, and this is the last thing we're going to probably look at tonight, and then we're going to go on with other things tomorrow. Okay, so preparing for a demo lesson. So after you've done your CV, they like your CV, they like your introduction video, then Tandy, I'm going to be sending out an email after this that would that's going to have a replay link in it, so you'll be able to get the replay link from that. Miriam, your dress code would be like you would go dressed to school. Okay, so dress like you would dress if you were going to school. So smart casual, I would say. Okay, so smart casual. If you are specifically doing, like, say you were applying to somewhere that was business English, then dress like you were going to a business. But like if you were dressing to go to school as a teacher, that's kind of how you want to dress for your introduction video. Okay, so let's go through demo lessons before we finish off today. Before you do your demo lesson, okay, carefully review the requirements that the company is asking you and the objectives provided by whoever the employer is or whatever the institution is. Understand the target audience, like what age it is, what proficiency level, and what specific language skills to focus on. Like, you need to find out, is this for conversational English? Is this exam preparation? Is this for grammar? Is this, like, you need to find out. And if they don't tell you, you need to ask so that you are prepared and you know what to focus on. Familiarize yourself with any teaching materials or resources that you are expected to use during your demo. Okay, so usually the company will give you the resources that they need from you, and you would take that and you're going to practice that, and you're going to come back and you're going to deliver that. Okay, and just ask if they haven't given you something, you need to ask. Okay, so don't go and don't be unprepared. And also, a lot of companies, if you go onto YouTube and you go into like a specific company, like let's take Palfish for example, with their demo lesson, there's hundreds of videos on YouTube of people that have already done a demo lesson for Palfish, and they have recorded themselves doing it. Okay, so go and search and go and look for the company that you are applying to and see, does YouTube have any of those videos available that you can watch and see what other people have done for that specific company, and that will give you a lot of tips on what to do. Okay, let's go on. So research who the target audience is and adapt your teaching style. Gain insights into cultural background and learning preference of the target audience, and consider like what their culture is that might influence their learning experience, and adapt your teaching style. Like, often you'll go to demo lesson and they'll say, it's maybe if you do have a student, they're going to say this student is like this and this and this, but when you actually get the student, it's not like that at all. So be prepared for that you might have to quickly change what you're doing, but still using their materials, but adapted to a different learning level. Or you might get to your demo lesson and you have your interviewer that is pretending to be a 3-year-old child. Okay, and you have to just go with it and pretend that is a 3-year-old child and teach them like they are a 3-year-old child. Okay, so do what they tell you to do. You need to plan engaging and interactive activities that align with your lesson goals. Okay, so they will mostly, if you're going to a company, they're going to give you what they're wanting you to do. If you are going onto a marketing platform or something and you're doing, maybe you're not going to do a demo lesson, but you're going to do a whole lot of trial lessons, maybe to get students, make sure that you have a well-structured lesson plan. And that includes a warm-up activity, the main content, and a concluding activity where you chat to them about what they learned on that day and just wind everything down again. If you incorporate things like, okay, if you're doing, like, sometimes I've had some people that have had big groups of students for the demo lessons. You won't often get that, but you might have to put people into pair work and group discussions, role play. Okay, so some companies do group lessons like Magic Ears, where you're always going to have groups. So when you do your demo lesson with them, sometimes it's with a group. Okay, so you have to be prepared for those kind of things. But often you're not going to get group lessons for a demo lesson. Okay, it will probably be one-on-one. Okay, but always make sure that whatever you do aligns with what they've given you and with the time structure that they have given you. I just want to let this person in. Okay, so use things like your visual aids. You want to use props. You want to use multimedia resources to enhance the students' engagement and their understanding, like PowerPoint presentations, videos, flashcards, real-life objects, and anything that you can use to keep the attention of your students. You want to show what you're able to do. So make sure you've got a couple of props to use that aligns with the lesson content. So And in this time that you have your demo lesson, sometimes it's 10 minutes, sometimes it's 15 minutes, sometimes it's 20 minutes. It's often a lot shorter than a normal lesson. Like, you need to demonstrate that you have got effective classroom management and student engagement techniques. Okay, so you have to make sure that you can manage your online classroom effectively. Like, set clear expectation, use positive reinforcement, and monitor your students' behavior. And make sure that you're engaging your students throughout the lesson. Like, find out what their name is in the beginning and use their name the whole time to engage with them. Encourage participation with them and ask open-ended questions where they can come back and they can answer it. You have to provide so much opportunity for your students to practice their language skills. So remember, the rule is 70% student talking time, 30% teacher talking time. If you stick to that, you can't go wrong. Okay, so that's kind of what you're wanting to aim towards. I just want to let someone in. They're very late. Okay. And you can incorporate techniques to accommodate like different learning styles maybe, and create a supportive, inclusive learning environment. So like for me, I always start with a warm-up activity, like to find out like maybe what their name is, how old they are, what they like to do. And it gives me a little bit of a judge on what their speaking and their language ability is before I even start the lesson. So I kind of can say, okay, the lesson that I've got is maybe not going to be suitable because they are this much better than I thought they were, or they're this much worse than I thought they were. Okay, I have to maybe adjust something during that lesson. Okay, so practice your demo lesson before the time, and maybe somebody you can get feedback from, a peer, from a mentor, or an experienced teacher to help identify areas for improvement that you can. So really practice that demo lesson, practice how you're going to use your props, practice your timing to make sure that you are within the time, you don't have any dead time in your lesson, and you finish on time, not early, not late, on time. And what will you do if the student is really good and they finish before? You need to have something extra to give them so that you make up that extra time. You cannot end your lesson early. Remember to demonstrate your passion for teaching, like have enthusiasm, strong communication skills during your demo lesson, and show that you can effectively give people information, and you can engage your students, and you can create an enjoyable and effective learning experience. And it's really, and I know you're going to be nervous, but smile, like practice smiling. Like, you have to smile the whole time you're doing lessons. Be friendly, don't be grumpy. Okay, even if you are nervous, don't be grumpy. Okay, and then when you are done, ask for feedback. Like, be open to feedback. Even if you like don't pass your demo lesson, like ask them for feedback. Like, what did you do wrong? What could you improve on? Because those are the things that you can take to your next interview and your next demo lesson to improve on, so that you get to pass it and you get employed. Okay, we're not going to go into this today. I just want to go on because we are out of time here. And we will go through all of this stuff tomorrow. I just want to go to the end over here. I just want to see some questions while I'm getting there. Okay, I can go back. If you don't have any teaching experience, can you list all your other work experience, or should you leave it? Like, use like work experience that maybe like helped you with like teaching somebody some different kinds of skills, and you could use that. 1 year public school experience. Yes. So maybe instead of saying I've got 1 year public school experience, just say I have 12 months, or I have, make it sound longer, work out the hours that you taught for maybe, and say like you have that amount of experience. Okay. And don't say public school, just say in-person teaching. Okay. It sounds better than saying that. Okay, or in classroom experience sounds better. Okay, so I know you still have questions like what payment gateways to use, or how do I find students, or how do I get hired? Or how do I find a curriculum, and what software do I use? Do I teach for an online school, or do I apply for a marketing platform, or do I go independent? Okay, like we have so many questions in the beginning. Okay, so would you like to have someone who helps and guides you over every obstacle so you can build your thriving online teaching business and attract high-paying clients while using proven methods and strategies so that you can finally start living life on your terms as a teacher? Tabo, you can definitely use that. Okay, so you got option number one. You can go this alone with no guidance and support from an expert in the field. Okay, you can Google things, you can find it out. This runs the risk of you struggling to lay a solid foundation for yourself and missing the mark on attracting and converting students and not getting hired. Or you could go for option number two, where you can commit to taking action and changing the trajectory of your life by becoming a successful online teacher so that you can claim back your power and freedom as a teacher. Okay, so you have two options. You can either go alone or you can get someone to help you. Okay, so you are invited to teach English with KathyB. So that's me. Teach English with KathyB is a one kind of membership program that shows you exactly how to start your online teaching business by providing step-by-step systems, guidance, and support to get you started the right way. We remove all the guesswork from you and uncertainty that comes with the territory so that you can become a successful online teacher with ease and confidence. Okay, so and I run this membership in a app called School, which is really great because it has a classroom, it has a chat facility, and it has a lot of different things. Okay. So in this membership, you're going to learn how to build a solid foundation for your online teaching business using proven methods, how to create a teaching brand that stands out and attracts the right people, how to navigate tech, we remove all the overwhelm, how to create and deliver a successful demo lesson. And like once a month, we do a demo lesson practice where you can, if you're wanting to, you can come and you can practice your demo lesson with me and I will give you feedback. Okay, I know it's a scary thing, but you can book your slots and you can have a chance to practice your demo lesson. Okay, you're going to know how to create a successful resume. I'm going to look over it. I'm going to give you guidance of it. You're going to learn how to create a successful career as a teacher, how to manage a business. We're going to look at business skills as well, how to overcome common problems in the classroom, and you're also going to know the step-by-step process on how to ace a trial lesson. Okay, so included in the membership is my course that I used to do. So I used to sell this course separately. And it's the Let's Get Hired course, which kind of covers everything that you need to know to getting hired as an online teacher. There's module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's all included in the membership. It's in the classroom, and you can go through it at your own pace. So things like the introduction to ESL, like how to develop your important skills. There's checklists, there's problem shooting, there's assessments, how to do demo lessons, how to do trial lessons, how to use Classroom, how to use Zoom, what's better, Payoneer, PayPal. All of these things are included in the Let's Get Hired course, which is available to you. And this is what I was selling it at before, $993, but it is included in the membership now. Okay, and the membership is $25 a month. Okay, so you can stay for as long as you want to. If you only want to be in the membership for 1 month, you can, which is about 450 Rand. I'm not sure, it's probably less now because the Rand is a lot stronger against the dollar. Maybe it's like 420 Rand. And that is what it is for the first 50 people. And after the first 50 people, it will go up to $50. But if you join at $25, it will always be $25 for you, $25 per month. And if you want to only stay for 1 month, you can stay for 1 month and leave after that month. or if you want to stay for 2 months or 3 months until you are successful in whatever you want to. That is up to you how you want to do it. Okay, so inside the Teach English with KathyB membership club, okay, you get weekly content drops. Okay, we put in new, easy to follow lessons. There's tips, there's strategies, there's focus topics like how to find students, how to market yourself online, how to create. We're going to do this now on the 15th. We're starting a program on how to create your own lessons and how to do lesson planning. So it's a 15-day course we're going to be doing in the membership. It starts on the 15th of January and runs through to the end of the month. And you're going to learn everything that you need to on how to create great lessons. Okay, and also how to do it in less time. Okay, you learn how to use teaching platforms effectively, and everything is designed to help you to take action and to start seeing your results. Okay, there's daily motivation and focus, like start each day with a positive mindset. Okay, so maybe there's some quick challenges in the month as well. You get 2 monthly live Zoom calls a month with live coaching. This month, it's in the classroom, so it's loaded into the classroom. Like I loaded it in week by week, and it's actually in there. I do help you with classing training as well, Shirley. That there's a whole step-by-step guidance on classing. I use classing a lot, so I'm like really good at classing. So I can help you with a lot of stuff with classing. Everything is loaded into the classroom. I'm adding more stuff as we go along, but at the moment, all 6 modules of that Let's Get Hired course is in there for you to go through. It's quite a lot of stuff, though. It's quite a lot of videos. Okay, so there's 2 monthly Zoom calls. Last night we had a Q&A session, and we had setting our goals for the year session. But we're going to have more than 2 sessions this month because we're going to be doing that lesson course. So towards the end of the month, there's going to be quite a few more live calls. And then I'm going to get people, February will be the first month, someone will be coming in to train. Like it could be someone that's a business expert and someone different, not me, that's going to come and teach you some other things to help you improve as a English learning teacher. Okay, so some different people. There's step-by-step resources. There's a growing library of templates, checklists, lesson ideas, programs, things that you can use to create and grow your lesson. There is when you start a lesson, like all different ideas. There is just so much stuff that you can use in there, and I'm adding more stuff in. Okay, so $25. You go up. There is going to be a link. I'm going to put the link in the chat just now, and I'll send it out in the email afterwards. And you just pay online with school. And it just will activate like that. So I don't have to take the money in myself. School collects the money and then pays me later. Okay, but I like it because it's a safe app to use, and I can put all my stuff in there. I can load everything. I can even, instead of doing Zoom calls, I can actually do my calls in school itself, but I prefer doing Zoom calls because I have the professional Zoom anyway. Okay, so you'll meet other friendly, like-minded people who are in exactly the same place as you, trying to grow. And we try and be accountable to each other. Okay, so if you want accountability, then you can do that. So most of the members in the membership, they've all got access to my WhatsApp number. So a lot of them will send me things via WhatsApp. So they'll send me their scripts and their introduction videos, and I can get back to them like that as well. So you have access to me via WhatsApp while you are in the group as well for any help that you need. Like I did have someone that went for, she had a demo with a big group of people, and I helped her like at that time. No, you don't need a TEFL certificate before becoming a member. Okay, this is just like to get you ready to get hired. Okay. I will put this link in, and when we go out of this screen, I just can't share. I can't get out of the screen without taking it away. Okay. So what you're going to overcome is the uncertainty of how to move forward, the fear of failure. You're going to develop a strong mindset. Okay, that's the objective. Okay, we want to get you out of trading a few dollars for many, many hours and working towards working a few hours and getting more money. Okay, that's what you want to be working towards. Okay, so maybe you feel drained and you don't have time to spend with your family and you want more. Okay, this is your time. This is your year. 2026 is your year to get your dream job, to work towards something that you've always wanted and what is within your reach to get possible. Okay, so I'm going to stop this now and I'm going to make the screen big. And I'll see all of you guys now for the first time. We're going to have a Q&A session now. Just want to stop my sharing. There's so many of you. Okay, so hello everybody. I can actually see your faces now. I'm just going to just give me a minute to quickly, if you've got any questions, just pop it into the chat box quickly and then I'm going to look at it now and just want to get that link quickly off of my school app. Here we go. The nice thing about the school app as well is that you can connect live to any calls that we have from there as well. Okay, so here's the link coming up, but I will put it into I will put it into the replay as well. Okay, so let me check what questions I have missed over here. I currently tutor English, but I use my phone and share my screen for the activities. Can this still work for you? Okay. My laptop lags so much and has a dead battery, which is why I'm using my phone. Okay, so it's going to be much easier to use a computer because your phone is so small. And when you're trying to write and you're going to end up having to do maybe some writing things and that, it's going to be very difficult to write on your screen. But if you do only have your phone, like you could maybe start like that, but definitely work towards getting a laptop. It's a really important part of what you're actually needing to do. Okay, so I would definitely say you do need to get a laptop, but there are schools like Palfish. You can work. Palfish uses a phone to do their lessons. Okay, so you could use your phone for working on a company like that. Okay. Okay, so like maybe on Preply, what you got to do is, Adele, is look at your introduction video and looking at redoing your introduction video and also look at what your profile looks like and maybe redoing your profile, because sometimes what you want to do, there's a specific way to do your profile, like on Preply and Amazing Talker, just like using like short sentences and putting emojis between it instead of doing long write-ups of things. That might help, and redoing your introduction video. Okay. Yeah, you got to just kind of, surely it's just like it is a big adjustment in the beginning, I think. But I prefer this to teaching in a classroom. Like once you do it and once you make the transition, it's actually easier than teaching in the classroom. And like you get to know all the students like really well. You get to know, like once you get regular students, you start to know them well and you start to know about their backgrounds and what their daily lives are like and special events that they do. And it's great. You build up a relationship with them. And also if you get like children students, they like to stay with you. So like, like if you teach kids, you're going to probably and you're good with them, you're going to have them for a long time. I've had a lot of my children's students for 3, 4, 5 years already, whereas adult students maybe stay with you maybe just for like a program, like 10 lessons or 20 lessons, and then they move on to someone else that can help you. I've just had an adult student that has bought 200 lessons from me. So they want to do lessons for 2 years, working it out at like 2 lessons a week. So, which is great because I don't normally have that with adults. Adults don't normally stick around, but it's definitely easy to go from one to the other. Okay. We're going to talk about TEFL certificates and stuff tomorrow. I'm really not going to go into it tonight because It's going to take a long time, but I would just say this with a TEFL certificate. Rather find a company that's going to have, like, do your research. You can even ask ChatGPT, what are the best TEFL certificates to do for South African that is budget friendly, and it's going to come up with the options, okay? And you can even ask ChatGPT to tell you, like, what are the pros and cons of it? What do companies look for? What do companies require? And I can tell you now that, like, if you've done a teacher record and it's a free TEFL certificate, it's not going to count when you go to some jobs. Okay, they're going to like check it out because they don't recognize it, because it's a free course. Okay, so they don't think it is as valuable as paying for something, especially if you're going to teach like at an Asian company or even the European companies. Okay, so like really look at what your TEFL certificate is, because that's one of the things they see first and one of the things they look at. So you want to make sure that that is okay. I'll give you some names of different companies tomorrow. We can look through that. I just want to see. Okay, Carol did answer that you can WhatsApp me as well when you are in the membership, and I will help you with anything that you have. I do like, it's quite nice to actually ask the question on in the membership chat though. You'll see that in the membership there's actually a chat to do, and it's nice to ask there because everybody can learn from everyone else, and it's also interactive. And I come into the membership quite a few times a day to answer any questions, but you're also able to WhatsApp me as well. Okay, I just want to see if I've missed anything. $3 for 25 minutes is not really worth it. Okay, so maybe you can find a company, Natasha, that pays you a little bit more than that. Okay, but a lot of companies might start you, especially as South Africans, they think English is not our first language in our country, so they only want to pay $7 or $8 to start off with. But what you could do is say, okay, I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to do that for a couple of months, and then I'm going to move to a marketing platform like Preply, like Amazing Talker, where I can set my rates a bit higher. Okay, so get your experience by your company first, even if it's a little bit of a lower pay, and then move on to a marketing platform. And then from the marketing platform, you're going to get so good at teaching English online that you can move on to becoming an online English, like an independent teacher. I got my headset it was a gift for my birthday, but it does come from Take-A-Lot. It's a gaming headset. Okay, so just a thing, if you get in a headset, make sure it's a noise cancelling headset as well. Okay, TEFL Academy is good. Your resume must include your TEFL certificate. Okay, so we're going to end it over there for tonight, and we are going to be back tomorrow night again at 8 o'clock sharp, and we will continue. Okay, so we're still here for tomorrow night and for Thursday night. So thank you very much for coming and giving up your night, and hopefully you guys have all learnt a lot. Okay, and I can see there's so many of you. There's so many of you on this call tonight, so it's really great, and I hope it's helped you. I'm just going to take a screenshot just for to put it onto the start of tomorrow's lesson. And I know most of you have got your cameras off, but that is good. Okay, guys, so have a very, very, very good night, and I will see you all back tomorrow night. Have a good night. Bye-bye.